"15-year-old Abby Ratliff was a star athlete in basketball and soccer and track. When she wasn't at a game or a meet, she was at practice, which kept her busy 6 days a week. That until March 5th, 2015. Snow fell, school was canceled.
And then one of her friends emailed or texted and asked if she wanted to go sledding, and so we decided, yeah, sure, she could do that. It's just fun. It's a snow day, why not?
As a kid being a kid, and your life changes in an instant.
You think sledding accident, you think broken arm, broken hand, scratched up. You don't think something this serious. Abby and her friend were sledding. They were both on the sled, and the sled just was going way too fast, and they hit a mailbox with Abby's head.
Their sled was on ice.
The sheriff estimated they were going 50 or 60, between 50 and 60 miles an hour.
When the police officer arrived, she was not breathing. Well, they're taking her back for x-ray, and she's talking. And I looked at him and said, "Are you sure that's my Abby?" And he said, "I don't know." And so when they actually took us back, it wasn't Abby.
Abby's condition was critical, and doctors worried that every breath she took would be her last. They said she needed to be flown to Erlanger, but because of the bad snow and icy weather, air transport was not an option.
And then they started a National Guard Black Hawk out of Smyrna and had to turn it around.
Instead, an ambulance left with Abby on board, and they made the 100-plus mile drive to Chattanooga. But before they left, John told the medic Abby recently made the decision to become an organ donor.
So proud of her for making that decision on her own. And I remember telling the flight nurse that she was a registered organ donor, and I said, "No, I want every possible measure taken to try and save her."
Her trip started a long journey in her life toward healing. While doctors were working to keep Abby alive, John and Carmen slept on the couches in the ICU waiting room for 4 nights, not knowing what the Ronald McDonald House is and that it was just across the street.
Everybody here has one thing in common, and they've got a sick baby across the street in the hospital. And I remember thinking at the time how incredibly sad that was. But then as time passed and our time there, it was an unspoken, solemn part of that place.
And it was just a godsend for us. We have 2 daughters besides Abby, and they were able to come. And for me, in the beginning, we had visitors all day, every day. When you're in a situation like this, you just need a place of quiet, and the Ronald McDonald House was that place for me.
I could write a book on what a miracle that place was, and just it doesn't take one worry away. It takes a litany of worries.
Worries like finding something to eat, hotel bills, or being close to the hospital and close to Abby.
The hardest part for me was accepting the help, but in hindsight, I don't know what we would have done had it not been there. The reality was any person needs some time to get away from that chaos, and that's the biggest thing that I think the Ronald McDonald House provided to us, and we will be eternally grateful for.